Breath control, the Zen key to focus. Slow down and take a moment to breathe with me, just a few deep, gentle breaths, so that peace can arise within you before we begin. Take a deep breath for 5 seconds. Inhale 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Picture a lake on a windy day. The surface ripples and swirls, reflecting only broken fragments of the sky. But when the wind calms, the water grows still, and suddenly the lake becomes a mirror. Breath control is like calming that wind. Each slow inhale and each gentle exhale helps smooth the surface of your inner world. When emotions settle, thoughts stop competing, and clarity naturally rises. Focus is not something you chase, it is something that appears when you create the space for it. 1. Breath as the gateway to presence. Imagine the moment you lie down at night. The house is quiet, but your mind is still running. Bills to pay, health concerns, memories of mistakes, and worries about tomorrow all circle in your head. For many Americans in midlife, this is not just an occasional frustration. It becomes a nightly ritual of tossing and turning. Yet in the Zen tradition, there is a very simple but profound doorway to peace. That doorway is your breath. Breath control is not about forcing the lungs to work harder. It is about listening and returning to the natural rhythm that is already within you. When you take a slow inhale and a gentle exhale, the nervous system begins to shift. Science now confirms what Zen has taught for centuries. Controlled breathing calms the sympathetic nervous system, the very system that triggers stress and prevents deep rest. As the breath softens, the body feels safe again, and the mind finds an anchor in the present moment. Think of it like driving down a busy freeway. Cars race by on every side, horns blaring, and it feels overwhelming. Your breath is like the quiet exit ramp that leads you away from the noise. Back to a small country road where you can hear the birds again. Every inhale and exhale is that exit ramp. The Zen masters call it returning home. Home is not a physical place but the presence within yourself. The calm awareness that life is only ever happening here and now. For those in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, this lesson becomes even more valuable. These years often bring new responsibilities and sometimes a feeling of time slipping away too quickly. Breath control is not a mystical trick but a practical daily practice. It is a way of slowing down the race, of finding focus without strain, of giving yourself permission to be fully alive in this very moment. When you make your breath the center of your awareness, stress is no longer the master. Instead, breath becomes your steady companion, a natural prescription for calm, a living meditation available anytime, anywhere, and when presence is restored, the path toward deeper focus and healing begins to open, step by gentle step, with each mindful breath. 2. The Zen key to focus. As presence grows through breath, a new gift begins to unfold: focus. In our modern American lives, distraction has become the air we breathe. Notifications ping, endless news cycles run in the background, and even in quiet moments our minds wander to unfinished tasks. For many in midlife, this lack of focus feels heavy. It is harder to sit with a book, harder to stay in conversation, harder to truly enjoy the people we love. Yet Zen reminds us that true focus is not about straining the mind or forcing attention. It is about returning again and again to the breath, letting it guide us into clarity. Picture a lake on a windy day. The surface ripples and swirls, reflecting only broken fragments of the sky. But when the wind calms, the water grows still, and suddenly the lake becomes a mirror. Breath control is like calming that wind. Each slow inhale and each gentle exhale helps smooth the surface of your inner world. When emotions settle, thoughts stop competing, and clarity naturally rises. Focus is not something you chase, it is something that appears when you create the space for it. This matters deeply for emotional healing. Many Americans carry hidden burdens: grief from loss, disappointment from relationships, frustration from careers that feel stuck. When these emotions are unacknowledged, they disrupt focus and steal energy. Controlled breathing, rooted in Zen practice, becomes a way to meet these emotions without fear. By slowing the breath, you create a safe space for feelings to surface and release. The result is not just sharper focus, but a lighter heart. Consider the moment of listening to a loved one. When your breath is shallow and hurried, your mind jumps ahead to what you will say next. But when you breathe deeply and slowly, you begin to listen differently. You catch the small details in their words. You sense their emotions beneath the surface. This is focus in its truest form. Not only the ability to pay attention but the ability to be fully present with another human being. In Zen, focus is never separate from compassion. Breath control anchors the mind, yes, but it also softens the heart. And when heart and mind are aligned, daily life feels less like a struggle and more like a flow. The emails, the meetings, the family dinners, all of it becomes easier to move through because you are not pulled apart by distraction. Instead, you are gathered into wholeness by the simple rhythm of your breath. Before we move into the final part of today's journey, I want to offer you a small but meaningful suggestion. If something in these words has touched your heart, if this message resonated with you, help us kindly press the like button. Your support helps spread peace and wisdom to others. Then consider gently pressing the save button and adding this video to your watch later playlist. Think of it as placing a smooth stone in your pocket during a quiet walk, a reminder you can return to whenever life feels heavy. Or when your mind longs for stillness. With one click, you create a path back here without the noise of searching, without the rush of time. Later, when the world outside is too loud, you can simply open that list. And this space will be waiting, calm, familiar, ready to meet you again. Let's continue with the next part. 3. Deep sleep through breath. Nighttime is when many Americans feel the weight of their days most heavily. For those in their 40s through 60s, sleep often becomes fragile. Hormonal changes, lingering stress, and long-term habits of worry create restless nights. Medications are tempting, but their side effects leave many searching for something natural, safe, and lasting. Zen offers an answer that has been present all along: the breath. Breath control is not only a tool for focus during the day. It is also a gentle doorway into deep sleep. As you lie down, turning off the last light, your breath becomes the bridge between wakefulness and rest. Slow breathing signals the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's rest and digest mode, to take over. With every mindful inhale and relaxed exhale, the heart rate lowers, muscles release tension, and the mind grows quiet. This is not forced sleep but a natural falling into rest. The way a leaf floats down onto a still pond. Think of a time when you listened to the ocean at night. Each wave rose and fell. Steady, unhurried, endless. Breathing in rhythm with the sea can be one of the most healing practices. Your own breath, when given attention, carries the same power. It washes away the mental clutter of the day. It creates a rhythm your body remembers from infancy. When breathing was simple and peaceful, that rhythm becomes your lullaby, guiding you into healing sleep without effort. For many Americans, sleeplessness is tied to unhealed emotions. Regret, grief, and anxiety rise to the surface in the dark. Zen teaches that breath can hold these feelings gently, without judgment. As you breathe, emotions untangle. The night no longer feels like a battle to shut down the mind. Instead, it becomes a sacred time of release and renewal. Breath transforms sleep into meditation, a space where the body restores and the spirit heals. When breath is your nightly companion, sleep is no longer fragile. It becomes steady, deep, and nourishing. And as mornings arrive, you wake not with heaviness but with clarity and calm, ready to meet the day. This is the promise of Zen breath practice, a gift available to anyone who chooses to pause and inhale with awareness. Your journey with breath is a journey back to yourself, from presence to focus to deep sleep. Zen shows us that healing does not require complication. It requires only attention to what is already within you. If this message resonates, I invite you to continue exploring together. Subscribe to Buddhism in You, and let us keep walking this path of inner growth, balance, and peace, one mindful breath at a time.